one of the big things that nomads hate being asked is, how was your holiday? Or when are you going to stop traveling? When are you coming back from your trip? All that kind of stuff, because it is so much of a kind of lifestyle choice. So today I thought I would kind of explain the difference between someone who's on holiday, someone who is traveling, like backpacking, and someone who is kind of a full-time digital nomad like we are. And hopefully it will be interesting to you and give you a bit more of an idea of kind of what our life is really like and whether it would be suitable for you as well. So, first of all, someone who's on holiday. To me, that kind of means a long weekend, a week, maybe 2 weeks, but quite relaxing, maybe all in one place. You might be doing some tourist sites, but you're probably maybe at a hotel. You might have a tour guide, probably a bit more expensive maybe, and kind of a short condensed time of really like either intense relaxation or intense tourism and kind of activities. It might be like an adventure holiday, but I would normally consider a holiday to be just a few weeks. You don't do any work, you're fully booked off from your full-time job back in your home country, and you're just kind of on holiday having fun, exploring, adventuring, or relaxing, whatever kind of holiday type of personality you are. And then next would be someone who is traveling or backpacking. So this, I guess, would be a couple of months, up to 6 months, maybe up to a year, where I guess normally the kind of gap year, like younger type of people might be doing this, but you're moving city or town every few days, you have all your stuff in a backpack because you're a backpacker, maybe trying to do it cheaply, you probably don't have a tour guide, you're probably just organising stuff as you go along, like seeing where the wind takes you. So that's what I would kind of consider going like travelling for 6 months or a year, and like really getting ingrained in a country, exploring maybe several continents even, like moving around a lot, and you're doing the tourist stuff along the way, but you're also kind of trying to get to know some locals and normally doing it on a bit more of a budget. And then finally, being a nomad, which is what I would consider myself to be doing, and it does have elements of the other two in, but the priority of a nomad is to earn money and work full-time. So we work pretty much 7 days a week, actually, like 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day depending. So I guess that's why for a lot of nomads, including us, it kind of comes across as frustrating when people say to you, how was your holiday, or when are you going to stop traveling, because it's really a fully kind of immersive lifestyle choice. So we're not just off on a little adventure, like we're working really hard and we're building businesses that will sustain us into our retirement. So we're really trying to build a whole career, a whole lifestyle that is going to be a long-term choice. So it's not, much as Instagram implies, it's not just us hanging out on the beach or drinking cocktails. We're really trying to build a lifestyle, and we're working very hard on building companies that are sustainable. So I definitely wouldn't consider us on holiday, but we do have the flexibility to take a long lunch or take the day off and go see a tourist site, or go shopping on a weekday because then we can work on the weekend when the malls are busier, something like that. But it's kind of like a really long-term decision, so probably at least a couple of years you're likely to be a nomad for, maybe your whole life, like even when we eventually settle back in England, which is kind of our plan when we're fully fledged adults. We'll still be self-employed entrepreneurs, we might just be based in one country more long-term. But I would consider a nomad to be an entrepreneur. Even if you are working full-time for a company but remotely, I still think you have to be quite entrepreneurial to do that, because you have to motivate your own timetable, you have to convince your boss to let you move away, you have to throw yourself into a whole new country where you've never lived before probably. So I think it's going to be an entrepreneurial type, and it's people who are working full-time but in a different country. So we typically move every 1, 2 or 3 months, something like that, and kind of rotate around some of our favorite countries like Thailand, and then also some new countries. Like this year we're thinking we might go to Portugal for a bit. A really important part of nomad life for us is having enough time to get kind of embedded in a country. So because we're in one place for maybe 2 or 3 months at a time, we'll have a long-term apartment rental that we're doing, we'll have a gym membership, we'll have favorite restaurants, we'll probably have friends who are either other nomads or local people, we'll have an office space that we go to every day, and it's much more like actually living in a city. And that's really my favorite thing about nomad life compared to traveling or holidays, is that you get fully immersed in the culture that you're living in, so you can really get to know people and notice kind of all the little intricacies about like what their TV commercials are like or how they cross the road, and you can kind of learn these like little cultural intricacies that you maybe wouldn't notice if you were just passing through. And a common question that I get asked is how I separate traveling from working, and if you guys would be interested in that, comment down below, because that is a video I'm thinking about doing, something about how we set aside time to travel because all the rest of the time we're working. And actually, if you haven't seen my Santiago vlog yet, check that one out. My friends came to visit from America a couple of weeks ago and we did all the tourist stuff, and actually even though we'd been in Santiago for about 3 months at that point, we hadn't done any of it. Because we're just here working, we kind of stay in our like work bubble of office and restaurants and gym, and we hadn't really done any of the tourist stuff. So it's really cool then when you have someone come visit, like when my family came to Chiang Mai, we get to actually then explore the city in more of a touristy way and see all the big sites. So for us it's quite separate between traveling and kind of nomading, which is where we actually just live like our everyday life in the country. So I would say that a nomad is someone who's working full-time and does have this amazing Instagram life of going to the beach whenever they want, but they're actually probably working really long days and it's kind of a longer like life decision. So to me, that's the difference between the three. I really hope that's been interesting or useful to you. I consider myself a nomad, but I'd be very interested to know your opinion on whether I've defined them wrong or whether you think you can be a mixture of all three. All these labels are kind of just fluid, so I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think about this. Please don't forget to subscribe if you would like more videos about nomad life, what it's really like, and how you can become one if you want to. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye!